now that we have the server started and our database created, we're going to go ahead and connect the Fishbowl client to the Fishbowl server and log into our database. So you'll need to have the Fishbowl client installed on another computer on the local network. If you happen to be remote or connecting to a server that's not on your local network, we'll go over that in the video as well. But the first thing we need to do is make sure that the Fishbowl server is up and running. So if you go down to the bottom right corner of the screen, down in the computer tray by the clock, click on that Show Hidden Icons button. We want to make sure that the Fishbowl server icon is here and that it has no red dot, no yellow dot on it. It should be showing just like it is on my screen right now. Once we're done with that, we're going to go to the client machine, so a different computer on the local network that has a Fishbowl client on it. Then we're going to go ahead and start up the Fishbowl client. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the same machine for this video. So double click on the Fishbowl client icon. This will start up the Fishbowl client, and on the login screen it'll have a username and password, and then there's two additional fields. If you can't see those fields, go ahead and click the details button. So click details and it'll show you server address and server port. Now the default server address is localhost, and what localhost means is that it's looking for the server on this computer. Now more than likely the server is not going to be on the computer that you're running the client on, so we need to put in the IP address of the server computer. Now we've tried to make this really easy in Fishbowl. If you click this magnifying glass button, the client's going to search over the local network to find any Fishbowl servers that are on that network. So if I go ahead and click that, it brings up the name of my database and the IP address that I need. Now the default port is 28192, and that's the port that you're going to be using if you're on a local network. Now if you're not on a local network, for example if you are having Fishbowl hosted services host your database, then your server address and server port are going to be a little different. Your server address will probably be something like r2.fishbowlhostedservices.com, and they will give you a unique server port that you'll need to use to connect over the network to that server that's hosted somewhere else. Now if you're not using Fishbowl hosted services, but your Fishbowl server computer is not in the same building as your office or is not on a local network, then you again will need a different server address and a different server port, and you'll need to get those from your IT department or whoever is hosting your server, which that'll be the place where you'll get that information. Now the default username and password is admin, so admin for the username, admin for the password. So I'm going to go ahead and type my username and password in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll click login and get into Fishbowl. Alright, so now that we're in Fishbowl, the first thing I do is I go and I change the default admin password. So to do that, you're going to come down here to the bottom left, click on the setup group, and then scroll down until you get to the user module. Open up the user module, and then from here you're going to go in and double click on the admin login, which will likely be the only login there, and then you're going to click this set password button. Now here you'll just go ahead and put in your new password and click OK, and then you're going to come up here and hit save. So now we've connected the Fishbowl client to the Fishbowl server, and in the next video we'll go over navigating the Fishbowl client.